Okay, before you start wondering why I've lost my way back to the stage, is as Vanika mentioned, I've also been asked to introduce the other speakers in this segment, and I do that with real pleasure. We have 6 truly inspirational stories of courage and conviction and social impact coming up for you. 2 of them now, and 4 of them come in the post-lunch session. And I'm hoping that you'll notice the sense of purpose and the ability to make courageous life choices coming through these stories as they come along. The first speaker is a pioneer in grassroots innovation, who's really made it his life's mission to expand this space and to also make linkages between the informal and formal sector to make this happen. A renowned academician at IIM Ahmedabad, he's the founder of Honeybee Network and the vice chair of National Innovation Foundation. Winner of several awards, including the Padma Shri some time back. Please put your hands together to welcome Professor Anil Gupta.
Namaskar. I will summarize the journey of last 26 years in less than 10 or 15 minutes. But you don't have to summarize what I'm going to share, because it might open up opportunities for each one of us present here to join hands with some of the most creative minds of our country and many other parts of the world. And why are these important? They are important because they give us access to an unbounded limit, the power of empathy. Now, empathy is not really a right word. In Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, and many other languages, we have a beautiful word called as samvedana. Sam means equal, vedana means pain. When I experience somebody else's pain as intensely as he or she feels it, it doesn't remain that person's pain, it becomes my pain. And when Sajanshilta, the creativity, the innovation, sprouts from that samvedana, it becomes, for want of a better word, empathetic innovation. Majority of the innovations at the grassroots level are born out of samvedana. And in fact, we are all capable of samvedana. The most evocative moments of our life, if we cherish their memories, it is because we had at that moment deep samvedana. And this samvedana essentially boils down to some very fundamental question that I think we should reflect today. We have 900 million mobile phones, all of us in our country, not even 90 devices which we can attach to them to improve the quality of life, and for that matter, not even 9. We have a large number of students passing out from our country, about 1 million. All of them, many of you are engineers before you became graduate. And you did a project in your final year. Did you track what happened to that? We have tracked. At techpedia.sashi.org, we have 190,000, around 200,000 enduring projects pooled from the life experiences of about 500,000 to 600,000 students, because we don't want any student of our country to do what has been done before. Once you raise the originality quotient, the innovation quotient will go up. 1 million students and not even 1,000 products coming out of that, how can it be possible? So that was the question which bothered us. And that's how the platform was born, and all of you, each one of you, can be a mentor there. We have partnership of technology and business between the ecosystem that we have generated between formal and informal science, and I will describe to you how this partnership has happened and can happen further. In fact, every year, thanks to the last 3 presidents, and the current president of our country is extremely enthusiastic supporter of innovation. So we have what we call, and what he calls as a festival of innovation at President of India's house every year. This year we had March 12 to 18. Next year, mark this date, 4th to 10th March, where we celebrate, our president celebrates the creativity at grassroots. So much so that 3 years ago he started what is called an Innovation Scholar in Residence program apart from writers and artists, and 10 innovators stay as personal guests of our president at Rashtrapati Bhavan. I don't think any head of the state anywhere in the world gives as much attention and respect to the creative people at the grassroots level as our president has done. So what am I trying to say? I'm saying don't look at innovations only for their artifactual value. As I've explained, there are sometimes wonderful metaphors, sometimes there are heuristics underlying those innovations, and of course at times there's a gestalt, the whole ecosystem that is underlying that innovation which we can learn from. We need to realize that there is nobody who is not creative. Each one of us sitting here is a creative person. It is just that we are not letting that creativity unfold. So that's how the Honeybee network started. The nameless, faceless person comes in contact with the network and gets an identity. This is something. Nameless, faceless person comes in contact with the network, gets an identity. A network of which we all can become part, all of us sitting here. And how does it work? What does it do? We do Shodhyatras every 6 months, in fact 3 times a year. Twice anybody can join with an application, and 3rd time for the students of our institute. I take them to Himalaya. For the normal Shodhyatra, summer we go to places which are hot, winter we go to the places which are cold. So 37th Shodhyatra will be in the villages of Goa, starting on May 11th till 17th. And one of these Shodhyatras, I came across this tree. And I said, what is this tree telling me? The tree was telling me that, look, I have done a mistake. I'm not supposed to branch, and I have branched. So what does it do? That branch becomes a parallel stem. As I'm talking to you, many cells in my body are going through mutation. Thank God they're not cancerous, so I can continue to talk to you. This ability of my body, of nature, to heal itself is the most powerful driver of life and its vivaciousness. How do we create product and services and design of which will make it sure that as they evolve, as they get used, they become better? They get adapted to the user needs as they move in the value chain. Self-correcting, self-regulating, self-governed design. And these designs, therefore, will provide us a wonderful way of thinking. How does it work? This is a bridge some of you might have seen in Meghalaya. We had gone to the village Nogriat, and what made this bridge come up? The first culprit was culture. Culture creates questions, curiosity. People said, we want to make a bridge, but not like the one that has been done ever before. Something different, something sustainable, something which has low entropy. So one of them saw the roots of the ficus species hanging on both sides of the river. Oh, they look like rope, maybe we could use them. Curiosity led to the search for technology. But then technology was such that if you have to bring these ropes, tie them, these roots, you need a lot of people, you need institutions. So technology is like word, institutions are like grammar, and culture is like thesaurus. We need all the 3 for a viable, sustainable ecosystem for breakthrough innovations. This is the breakthrough. That small community in Meghalaya, why would they like to do this? Why did they have to be different? And this question can bug us. And not only different just for the sake of it, but for creating such a wonderful metaphor of sustainability. So we look for such innovations all around the country. And when we are going to these places in Shodhyatra, we learn from 4 teachers. Teacher within, teacher around us, among the peers, teacher in the nature, as we saw the tree, and teacher among the common people. And I will give you some examples of how do we learn from the common people. So we were in Bankura, West Bengal, Purulia area, in West Bengal having a Shodhyatra, and we came across these beautiful terracotta horses under a tree. And then the potters of that village gathered, so we asked them, why did you keep such beautiful horses under the tree? By the time the people knew that I was a professor, they said, Professor, you have done a mistake. I said, what mistake did I do? We haven't kept the most beautiful ones. We have kept the best ones. Why did you keep the best creations of yours under the tree? Somebody will break them, somebody will take them. No, sir, when our children walk by this street to the school, they should know what the current standard of the best is. They must do better. Open source standards of excellence. I have never read this in any management book. Here are people of our country telling me a lesson which a management professor had never read, never taught his students. And now I know that if we create open source a standard of excellence, our children, our younger generation must do better than us. That's what a teacher's greatest reward is. This knowledge happened. If I had not walked, if we had not walked, we wouldn't have possibly noticed this. And even if you notice, so what, unless you talk to people and learn from them. So many times what we are doing in Honeybee Network is working without a template. We didn't have any clue. So what have we tried to do? There is a passion that people have. There's a purpose that they have. And passion and purpose are not enough. Most of you who are running large organizations know that there's a need of a process. Process over a platform. And that generates the performance. That's how leadership works. That's how breakthrough changes come. That is how Honeybee Network has moved beyond. So it has created platforms. On one hand, we have National Innovation Foundation, which has pooled 200,000 ideas, innovations, traditional knowledge practices from 550 districts of the country. On the other hand, we have techpedia.sachi.org, which has 200,000 engineering projects. What Techpedia did was in the last 5 years, what NIF did was in 26 years, over the last 26 years. And all of these innovations are giving us a powerful message that if people in the formal sector, like all of you, need to learn from the grassroots innovation, then there is an innovation playground which I want to leave with you. This innovation playground has 2 dimensions. Inside out, that means, do I want to share something that I know with outsiders? Outside in, do I want to learn something from outsiders? Before I tell you why this matrix has evolved, once we were in Shodhyatra in Ladakh, 2 of the students who came to see me in the morning were reminding me, and some of them, as always happens, walked very fast. So, the ones who were left behind didn't like it, I didn't like it. So in the evening, they saw that I was not very happy with their action. So one of them got up and said, "Sir, I learned something." I said, "What did you learn today?" I was the one of the first who reached the peak. And I realized that if you're on the top and you have no one to share, you're not there. You need to have someone to share. Now, what do I share when I share my knowledge with outsiders? So inside out, you can have high or low. Outside in, you can have high or low. The one who are both low are ostrich. The one who are very low in sharing with their knowledge but want to learn from everybody, most of the crowdsourcing platform are like that. They are sponges. They want to take a lot of knowledge from outside. Some, like Tesla, who want to share their patents with everybody but don't want to really learn much because they don't have to. They are leaders. They are pollinators. And the cell, which is most important to me, the one who want to share what they know and they want to learn from everybody, is called DB. Dil bada, dimag bada. You have a big heart and a big mind. So let me just give you a few examples very quickly, and these examples will tell you how can knowledge happen. This is the idea of a class 10 student, class in 10 and 11. We give award to children. They said if anybody is standing on the steps, and you know how buses run in our country, the bus will not move. Very simple. You have a sensor on the step, any obstruction, the bus will not start. Someone else said, no, we can go a step further. Look at this. Shalini from Patna thought of an idea. My wife Sadhana uses a walker. I had never thought about it. It never occurred to me, though I am very empathetic. I love her a lot, but it didn't come to my mind what she thought when she was in class 8. If you're a walker and if you want to use on a step, it should be flexible. So our team at NIF got it made. It has licensed to a company. She is one of the youngest entrepreneurs to have got few lakh rupees of license fee, and every time this piece is sold, she gets a royalty. And this is a universal design. UNICEF invited this design at Copenhagen because they thought that this was a great idea. Let me give last example. Internet of Things you have heard about a lot. How about Internet of Thoughts? Internet of Feelings, Internet of Being. So this girl gave an idea which spurred this thought in my mind. She said, my pets, when they're under stress, I should get a signal. I have not spent time with my cat or my dog, and that fellow is stressed, and I should go this time. 3 days I have been working very long and not spending enough time. So Internet of Beings. Why not Internet of only things? So these ideas can spur completely different ideas which you may not have thought about, and there are a large number of such ideas. If many of you are not sitting properly on a chair, I can't help but you will have pain in the lower back. If you are going to have pain in the lower back, you need to have sensors on a chair. If you're not sitting properly, Kulsum Rizvi tells me that the chair will start singing song and not let you work. The screen will go blank. First sit properly, only then I will let you work. Isn't it a good idea? Now, these are ideas coming from children, not from the IITians and not from IMA students. They're coming from children. So please take your children more seriously. Don't dismiss their thoughts. If you're not concentrating, your grip on the pencil will become loose, the light will go on, and now you know your mind has strayed. This is an idea which children have given. So lots of such ideas which are there from the children. They get award from our president. This is my last example. You all have refrigerator in your house. You have a compressor there. Compressor produces heat. There is no company in the world which has produced a refrigerator that uses heat of the compressor. So what do? This boy, Dhruv, put a heat exchanger. You take the heat away. The heat now creates a hot chamber on the top. You keep your food warm. Your energy goes down, consumption goes down because the compressor is working less now. So you save 18% energy. You get more output. This is the Indian model of frugal innovation. Thank you so much.